What is up, guys? It is the John Gasm coming at you today with another episode of Secrets of Cinema. We are bringing the series back, you guys, at least for the next couple of weeks. And if you are unfamiliar with this series, if you are a recent subscriber, this is the series where I share with you guys some little known facts about some of your favorite movies. Today we are talking about a movie where the soundtrack played a huge role in my childhood development. A movie that used to be a big part of my life and still is a big part of many people's lives today. It is the highest grossing traditionally animated film in history and the best-selling home video of all time with over 55 million copies sold. We are discussing The Lion King. Now when I tell you guys this movie was an epic movie, I am not exaggerating. Both in terms of how great the movie is, but also in terms of how large the movie is and how much effort went into making it. Over 600 artists, animators, and technicians worked on this movie. In addition to that, over 1 million drawings were created for the film, and that included 1,197 hand-painted backgrounds, as well as 119,058 individually colored frames. It's crazy how much effort went into this movie, and I'm really glad it paid off. Originally, though, the movie did not have the same plot that it does today. Originally, the movie was going to be about a conflict between lions and baboons, with Scar being the baboon leader. And Rafiki, the only baboon that we even see in The Lion King, was going to be a cheetah. However, and obviously they chose to bail on this plot line, and they gave us the movie that we see today. Originally, though, Scar, Mufasa's brother, wasn't going to be Mufasa's brother. He was just going to be a rogue lion who wanted to take over the kingdom. However, the writers thought it would be more interesting if Scar was Mufasa's brother, like a threat within the family sort of situation. This is actually why Scar and Mufasa differ so much as characters. They weren't originally supposed to be related. I do agree with the writers though, making Scar Mufasa's brother does make the story a little bit more rich, adds a couple of layers, and gives it a lot more of a Hamlet-esque feel. Did you know that Pumbaa was actually the first Disney character to ever fart? Or at least openly fart. Before Pumbaa, there's a chance that some other Disney characters maybe had like little silent farts that nobody commented on. But Pumbaa was the first character to ever openly display his flatulence. That's a fact. Actually, in the Swahili language, Pumbaa means lazy and careless. And as it turns out, the majority of the main characters in Lion King had names that were derived from Swahili words that kind of describes their personality. For example, Rafiki means friend, Simba means lion and courageous warrior, Shenzi means uncivilized and savage, and Nala means gift. Not to interrupt this constant stream of facts, but just so you guys know, if you guys hear a lot of banging and loud noises in the background, that comes from the people outside working on our water main, because the town decided that the time to do loud, obnoxious construction work was at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And if you also sense an edge in my voice, it is directly correlated to being annoyed with these people outside for ruining the quality of my video. Anyway, moving on. Throughout Disney's history, there has always been a lot of allegations saying that they use subliminal messaging in their movies. And I don't mean subliminal messaging in the traditional sense where it's like a one frame of a picture that says, drink Coke, and then you're like, I want to drink Coke. No, it's not really subliminal messaging in that sense, as much as it is people claiming that Disney likes to sneak inappropriate things into their movies. Little things that little kids aren't going to notice, but adults might. This next fact addresses that, because there have been rumors that in the scene where Simba collapses on the cliff after discussing stars with Timon and Pumbaa, that the dust that flies off of the cliff spells sex, S-E-X. However, it doesn't. It actually forms the letters SFX. SFX is the abbreviation of the special effects team that worked on that portion of the film. Now, the end of the movie, where Simba and Scar do battle, Simba throws Scar off a cliff and Scar is eaten by hyenas, was not the original ending of the movie. Originally, the movie was going to end with Simba being thrown off the cliff, and Scar was going to stay on the cliff laughing like a maniac until flames engulfed him and burned him alive. Then it was supposed to show that Simba survived being thrown off the cliff and eventually would become king. However, for reasons that I'm not sure of, they decided against this ending, but they still provided us with the satisfaction of seeing Scar suffer and then die. Beautiful, right? I love Disney. Now this, you guys, out of the hundreds of facts that I read about this movie, this has got to be my favorite. Because this fact addresses the song from the beginning of the movie, The Circle of Life. which really just sounds like a man screaming nonsense into a microphone. However, The Circle of Life actually does have lyrics, believe it or not. Not only does it have lyrics, but those lyrics actually translate into something in English. And I'm going to share with you guys what that is today. Now, the original lyrics, which I'm going to read to you guys because there's no way I could possibly memorize, go something like this. Nans inganyama, bagiti baba. Sithi inganyama. Nans inganyama, bagiti baba. Sithi inganyama. Inganyama, sio goba. Inganyama, ningao, inimbala. This actually translates to, here comes a lion, father. Oh yes, it's a lion. Here comes a lion, father. Oh yes, it's a lion. A lion we're going to conquer. A lion, and a leopard come to this open place. Absolutely beautiful. Poetry, really. But that, you guys, are the 10 facts that I have for you about The Lion King. I hope you enjoyed them. Now, as always, I'm going to ask you guys to give me some feedback in the form of rating, commenting, and subscribing. And if you want to go the extra mile and like my Facebook fan page, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, links to all of those in the description down below. And you guys, now there is even more incentive to follow me on Twitter and like my Facebook fan page, because it is on those pages that I'm going to start posting exclusive videos. Now, what that means is that I'm going to start uploading unlisted videos. Videos that, even though you are subscribed, you will not be notified when they are uploaded. Only people with the link can watch these videos. Because I wanted to do a little something special for the super fans who follow me on Facebook and like me on Twitter, I'm going to start posting links to those unlisted videos on those respective sites. For example, the video that I'm going to be sharing today is the original intro for this video, where instead of just doing the intro and diving right into the trivia, I decide to go on a rant about why I'm mad that I can't shower today, and why I can't shower. I feel like I should throw that in there. I also explained why I can't shower today. Give you a hint, it has something to do with the guys outside. And like I said, I'm going to start doing things like that every week, so make sure you go and follow me on those sites so you can get a notification whenever I post them. Now, whether you do all of what I just asked you to do or none of it at all, know that I understand either approach, and I love you for watching this video regardless. Thank you for stopping by, and stay fresh.